This is Season 6, Episode 122 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Sometimes the important thing is not the number of miles you've driven, but what's going on inside your head while driving. The Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast will stimulate your mind and keep you company while on the road. Join us for education, motivation, and inspiration from wherever you may be in our nation. You'll hear roundtable discussions about important information that's impacting our industry. Plus, you'll learn more about new technology, equipment, driving opportunities, safety, and operations. Get driver success and fitness tips to keep you profitable, safe, healthy, as well as entertaining stories from the road. And don't you know, we've all got a few of those. We might be traveling in different directions, but we're all part of one driver community at the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. With your host, trucker Tim Cicerelli.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Episode 122 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. Your friend, Tim Cicerelli, here otherwise known as Trucker Tim, thanking you so much for letting me ride shotgun with you today. Boy, coming up in this episode, we're going to do a lot of bragging. We're going to tip our big 10-gallon Stevens cap in appreciation to our October Drivers of the Month. We're going to tell you about an amazing award that Stevens Transport just won. Yeah, it's okay to humble brag a little bit when you're the best, like us. We're also going to be talking with one of our DMOLs, a gentleman who is going to share with us one of his harrowing stories about the time he learned to fly an airplane. That is coming up in just a little bit. Also, a classic trucking song for you, a song that still holds up today as far as the theme of the song, what truckers go through. But because of progress and how things have changed for the better, the song is a little bit out of context. It's one I think you'll relate to and one I think you'll enjoy as well. But first, let's kick off this episode with a pillar here at Stevens Transport, a woman who exemplifies what family culture is all about. Let's sit down with Shannon Porter on our Stevens Roundtable. You know, with 5 seasons behind us here in the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast, and you'd think I'd talk to everybody in this building by now, but not this nice lady. I can't believe we've never crossed paths in the last 3 years, and I'm so glad we are now because she is a boulder. She's a staple here at Stevens Transport because she's been here a long time and she helps a lot of people. It is my privilege to introduce Shannon Porter to our audience. Hey, Shannon, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Did you just avoid me for the last several seasons? What's going on here?
No,
we got you in.
Just didn't see you.
Yes, because you're so busy as a driver services team leader, working there with Rachel Easley, the director of driver services. So for those that might be new to the podcast or haven't heard some of the episodes that we've had with Rachel, tell us what you do over there in driver services and specifically what you do as a team leader.
I help manage the driver services and the driver qualifications, fill in wherever needed. So we got people out, I jump in, get it done, help Rachel and assist her with some reports that she does. Just anybody that needs help, that's me. I just jump in.
Well, and you know what to do because as I learned before we started recording, you've been here quite a while, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
24 years
Yes.
in this building. Clearly, there's something that keeps you here.
It's all a big family.
Yeah.
I'm here for the drivers, help out my coworkers as needed, but it's mainly the drivers. You know, we're family.
You know,
and they need us.
they do a good job of putting people in the right role, in the right position, because as soon as someone meets you, like I did just moments ago, you do have this maternal instinct, so it seems. And that's a necessary thing for this job because you've got all those drivers out there that look to their, air quote, mama from time to time to help them out with a few things, right?
Yeah, funny you say that. I had a driver's mama call me at 3 a.m, wondering where her son was and if he was okay.
Oh, well, you know what? Okay, listen, it's not great that you were woken up so early, but you can understand, can't you?
Yes, I can.
Right. Can you get it? Can you imagine wondering where they are, not hearing back? And that's really is reflective of that family atmosphere here, that you can get a call at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, where's my boy?
I did rake him over the coals, by the way.
Yes, as he deserved a little spanking at that point, didn't he? Yes, I get it. Now, of course, we're joking about that. But honestly, that leads me to my next statement, because that's that family dynamic, right? If somebody's looking to join a company and feel that family atmosphere and experience it, it doesn't stop with just where's my boy at 3 in the morning, or I need help while I'm out here on the road. Recently, I heard we have a very senior driver, Mr. Theo Wiggins, who passed away. And you attended his funeral in Houston.
Yes.
You talk about going above and beyond, and how deeply appreciated your passion and dedication to all of our drivers are. You must have known Mr. Theo.
Yes. Yeah. And I missed them phone calls.
Yeah.
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 But I still talk to his wife.
Good.
And his son. I told him, keep in touch. I call them. They call me.
Yeah.
Son will hit me up on Facebook. Can you call Mom and check on her? Yeah, okay. I'll do that.
If that doesn't scream family.
Yeah.
And I could see the tears in your eyes, too.
He was a great man.
Yeah. Family aside, those emotions aside, those relationships aside, Stevens Transport as a whole, they're blessed to have someone like you in that seat caring for our drivers in that way.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about Mr. Wiggins, but I know that when you have a relationship with this many drivers, this is going to happen from time to time. That's what happens with family. Aside from being the mama and showing that emotion, what are some of your most important roles in your job, aside from the relationships that you develop to help them?
Making sure the drivers stay qualified on their physicals, their driver's license.
That's something you stay on top of, and you remind them, hey, we got to get this done.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Managing the drug and alcohol program. Mm-hmm. Managing the truck and trailer equipment for all of Paragon Stevens.
You don't sleep, do you?
Not very much.
Especially when you get calls at 3 in the morning. Where's my boy?
Yeah. So,
all of that.
It's just making sure the drivers stay qualified and to keep the wheels turning on them trucks.
Well, what a wonderful service for our drivers, and one less thing they got to think about when they've got you in their corner. So before we let you go, what advice would you have for drivers on being prepared with their permit books and all the things they need on the road to be successful?
Always do the daily pre-trip. Mm-hmm. I think most of them, they fail to do that, and then they get stopped by the DOT officer. Didn't have what they needed. If they'd have done that pre-trip, they would have known before they started rolling if they needed it.
Yeah, and that's just going to set them back and everything
Make sure you stay on top of your physicals and driver's license. Don't let them expire, because then you're not qualified to drive.
Yeah, hear that? That's sage advice right there from a Boulder, as we call her, here at Stevens Transport, 24 years of service. What a pleasure to finally meet you, Shannon Porter. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Okay, is it all right with you if we do a humble brag? I mean, come on, this is a pretty big deal. And let's go ahead and shine the light on Stevens Transport, on us, for winning the 3rd consecutive Coca-Cola Asset Carrier of the Year award. This is a tremendous honor, a testament to the dedication and diligence of our exceptional team at Stevens. Now, winning this award is no small feat. It required nothing less than a Herculean effort from our team, who consistently delivers fanatical customer service, always going above and beyond to exceed expectations. This commitment to efficiency and customer satisfaction is evident at every stage of our operations, from meticulous planning and execution to seamless coordination and delivery. It is this unwavering standard of excellence that has propelled us towards success. So we tip our big 10-gallon cap to ourselves. Thank you very much for the trifecta. Stevens Transport named the 2024 Coca-Cola Asset Carrier of the Year. Okay, let's shift gears now from congratulating ourselves to keeping ourselves safe. Not just ourselves, but our precious cargo in the back of the truck. Our friend Terrence Burgess, our safety supervisor, reminds us that cargo theft is estimated to cost trucking companies and retailers at least, get this, $15 billion to $30 billion a year, with a shocking 26% of cargo theft occurring at cargo facilities. Now, incidents were up more than 57% back in 2023 compared to a year prior, according to CargoNet, with the average loss per cargo theft incident at $586,000 $9.17. Now, this is adding to the supply chain disruptions that have fueled inflation. So you can see what a big, big deal this is, not just to Stevens Transport, but to our economy. Cargo thefts target a wide range of goods, from food items to construction materials. We're going to give you the top 5 commodities most frequently stolen. 31% of stolen cargo consists of food and beverage items. 10% of stolen cargo comprises consumer products. 9% includes electronics. 8% alcohol and tobacco. 7% is fuel. Now, there is an ever-present threat of full truckload theft. CargoNet said it is particularly high during the Thanksgiving holiday period, given the likelihood that trucks and freight are left unattended for extended periods of time. CargoNet believes that the risk during this upcoming holiday is unlike any recent year. Strategic cargo theft groups over the past year have shown that they ramp up activity around major holidays because they understand logistics brokers will be under pressure and more likely to make mistakes. So they're concerned about recent spikes in theft of unattended, loaded conveyances, particularly in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Florida, and Southern California area. So key things to remember. Always keep your security lock on your trailer and never discuss what you're hauling with anybody. Be vigilant of what is going on around you. Never leave your truck or trailer unattended for extended periods of time. And when you're away from your truck, make sure to lock it up and take your keys with you. That's a no-brainer. And please try to park in well-lit areas and try to stay away from the back row of parking areas. Very important to keep all of this in mind as we approach the holiday season. And thanks again to our friend Terrence Burgess, our safety supervisor, for the reminder. Okay, coming up, we have our Stevens Employee Spotlight. Please stick around for this one. This one is a lot of fun. The gentleman that we're going to be talking to is one of our DMOLs, and he shares with us a story about what happened when he was learning to fly an airplane. It's one that will probably terrify you as much as it did me. And we're going to close out the show with our weekly trucking song. And we really think you're going to enjoy this one because the message from this song holds true to this day. However, the context of the song has changed and evolved with time. Stick around, find out what it is, and we hope you'll enjoy it. It's coming up right here on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
Ever wondered what it's like to drive across the country and get paid to see America's breathtaking landscapes? Welcome to life as a team driver with Stevens Transport. The life of a trucker can sometimes feel solitary, but with team driving, you're never alone. Let's dive into how teaming up with another driver can transform your trucking career. So what exactly is team driving? Simply put, it's when two drivers share the responsibilities of operating the same truck. This allows for continuous travel and efficient delivery. Federal regulations require solo drivers to be off-duty for at least 10 consecutive hours after 11 hours of driving. Team driving, however, maximizes productivity by alternating driving shifts, cutting down on overall trip times. By working in shifts, team drivers can cover over 5,500 miles a week. That's more than double what solo drivers can achieve, leading to more priority loads and higher earnings. Efficiency is key. With two drivers, tasks like loading and unloading become quicker and easier. Plus, you'll earn more per mile. One of the greatest perks? You get to choose your driving partner, whether it's a close friend or a new acquaintance. Having a partner on the road makes those long hauls more enjoyable. And what about rest? Team drivers sleep in comfy bunk beds while the truck is moving, allowing for nearly non-stop travel without sacrificing sleep. Safety is another major advantage. With two drivers, there's an added layer of oversight to ensure committed safety. So, if you're ready to take your trucking career to the next level, consider team driving with Stevens Transport. It's the perfect blend of companionship, efficiency, and increased earnings. Explore the benefits of team driving and start your adventure today with Stevens Transport. Apply now and join a team that drives you to success.
This is Angela Horwitz, and I just wanted to let everyone know that the grass isn't always greener. Be careful about what you hear. If you can water the grass in your own backyard, you can only imagine how successful that you can be. I often find that people are always looking for the cup half empty versus half full. And you should really stop and think about what's great today. So I appreciate everybody doing all the hard work that they do, and we will continue to do our part and water the grass here to make it as green as possible for all of you. At Stevens Transport, our drivers are some of the highest compensated drivers in the industry. When you compare our package to anyone else, I'm sure you'll see that this is the right place to be. We have never had a layoff in the history of our company, and all of our drivers are an extended member of our family. At Stevens Transport, it pays to stay.
Welcome back to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. My name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim, and thanks so much for letting me sit shotgun with you today. Hey, listen, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe, download, or follow this podcast from whichever podcast platform you're enjoying it from. We are everywhere. This podcast can be found on Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, Audible, Amazon Music, you name it. If it's a podcast platform, the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast is there. Please hit that follow, subscribe, and download button. It will help us to continue to bring you all the information you need to know what's going on at Stevens Transport. And for those of you who might be looking for a new career in transportation, and we hope this podcast will help you become familiar with the culture at Stevens, because we would love to have you become a part of our team. Stevens Employee Spotlight, welcoming back a gentleman who's been on the podcast a couple times to talk about what he does here at Stevens Transport. But let's get to know who he is when he's not here at Stevens Transport. So for some of our drivers that know him, or our driver managers that know him, or anybody here in the building that might pass him in the hallway, they know what he does, but who is he? And we're talking about Chris Harrison, DMOL. Welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, great. You know, enjoyed my interview with you so much a few episodes ago. I thought we got to have Chris back. You're an interesting dude.
Thanks, man.
You know what I mean? Like, you're a great communicator. And I heard rumblings, maybe I'm wrong, that you're going to start your own podcast. Is that correct? Is that secret?
That's a secret.
Oh, it's a secret. I see you're vying for my job, aren't you, Chris? Is that what's happening over here? I got you.
You got to learn from the best.
Hey, if you need help with anything, if that's a true thing, then let me know.
Thanks.
All right. Well, with that really cool, suave voice and awesome demeanor, and just a wonderful gentleman to be around us, that's something that you'll do really well with. Real quick, tell us a little bit about what you do here at Stevens as a DMOL.
I help drivers, facilitate drivers with their career with Stevens, try to make them be more successful, collaborate with them and the driver managers.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been here, what, 7 years?
Yes, sir.
7 years. So what do you do when you're not here, Chris?
I try to have some free time, let my hair down, if you say.
Got a really cool hairstyle, by the way. Just saying.
Thank you.
I know that's not what you're talking about, but man, that looks awesome.
Thank you. I try to go to Clyde Warren, do different things like that.
What do you do when you're at Clyde One?
I mean, sometimes they have concerts. Sometimes they have restaurants on the strip.
Cool.
Yeah, food trucks. You should check it out.
Next time I'm in town,
Perfect.
You and I, we're going to Clyde
Let's go.
One. Sounds good. So you hang out with friends from Stevens or friends outside of
both?
Both.
Yep.
Yeah. So outside of going to the park, what do you do?
Well, once upon a time, I was trying to learn how to fly.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Wait, hold on. You said trying to learn how to fly. So what, that could end really badly. So I want to hear that story first.
Yeah, I mean, it almost did. So,
Whoa,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, I was 3 lessons in, and
You're Cessnas?
yes, sir. Yes,
Gotcha.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah, Cessna's 2-door. The flight instructor, you learn all your calls. Hey, Chris Harrison taking over. Yes, sir. Boom, boom, boom. He was going. Everything was good. Learned everything. He had a little emergency or something. He was letting the rudder down. He was pulling, and I don't know if he had a stroke or something, but he wasn't able to facilitate, and I had to take over. And
Stop it. 3 lessons in.
3 lessons
Your
in.
instructor has a stroke.
Yes. Yep.
Dude.
Yeah. I was happy I was paying attention.
Yeah, me too. And everybody that loves you. So first of all, before we get to your story, what happened to this gentleman? Is he okay?
Yes, he's okay.
Good.
He's
okay, we can check that box. He's fine, but
Yes.
he wasn't at the time. And you're how high up?
We were, what was it, about 700 feet?
Oh, gosh. Dude.
Yeah, over a body of water.
Oh, my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm having an anxiety attack just hearing you tell the story. That's like a nightmare. So, okay, that's where you see, are you fight or flight, no pun intended, at this point. So
Yeah.
Tell us what happened. What was going through your mind?
That's what it was. I was fight or flight. So he was able to facilitate little things while he was going through what he was going through, to kind of guide me where I need to go.
Are you panicking at this time? Are you like panicking, or are you? That's the fight or flight response,
Yeah.
or are you like, okay, let's focus, let's get this done?
Let's focus. Let's get this done.
Awesome.
I was trying to be cool with the command center and everything like that, because I knew like panicking was going to be bad for both of us. So he told me what to do. Like I said, we were over a body of water, because at first we were doing like the rudder test, like, lean to the left, lean to the right.
Sure.
And that's when it happened. And so the lean got a little hard to the left. And I look over, because, sometimes they let you train to like show you. And then we were kind of descending.
My uncle used to fly. He had his own Cessna, and we used to fly all over. And then we were landing one time in Las Vegas at like not an abandoned strip, but as he's landing, and I'm in the passenger seat, and you can't see it's a podcast, and I'm showing Chris right here, like we're going left and right, and I thought when we were landing, we were going to clip that wing, and that would be it, right? So I know what you're talking about, and that is terrifying.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're over a body of water, you're doing that. What happened?
So yeah, he showed me how, to get the nose right up and everything like that. Kind of get off the brake, kind of get in, call the command center, let them know what's going on. So like I said, I had to land it. I think turning around was pretty scary, but landing it was scarier.
Yes.
Without any supervision, So yeah, we got down. And
Where'd you land on? Where'd you land?
We were just like a couple miles back, so we just turned around. But yeah, we land on the strip.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Not like the highway or
No.
that.
But that's what I thought also,
Cornfield.
because all I could see was that. I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
dang, Chris.
Yeah.
All right, so you landed.
We landed.
And the gentleman, your instructor, he was awake, conscious?
Yeah.
or-
Well, yeah, he was mid
In
and
and
out, but the ambulance was already there.
Oh my God. Okay, so you land. You realize you're going to live.
Yep.
I don't mean to chuckle. I'm
No,
sorry.
no.
Did you just throw up?
No, I threw up the next day because hindsight 2020 was crazy. Like,
Look,
yeah.
what did I just experience?
And I never went to another course after that.
You were done.
Yeah.
Check the box.
I got my wings.
You did.
Yeah.
And not only did you save your life, you saved his.
Exactly.
Dang, buddy.
Yep.
I was going to ask you the 44-second question thing. It's just stupid after a story like that. We're just going to drop the mic right there. Wow. I think everybody should look at you a little bit differently. And I'm being very serious right now. You talk about a fight or flight situation, life or death, not just your life on the line, but your instructors. I would hope that would provide you with a ton of confidence moving forward the rest of your life, that someone's going to throw you any kind of curveball, whatever. I landed a plane on my own. I was only 3 lessons in.
Exactly.
Man, I trust you with my life, my man. That's
Same.
awesome.
Likewise.
Cool. Well, you shouldn't. I've not done anything like that. All right, Chris Harrison, amazing story. If you want to learn more about it, stop in the hallways and go, dude, you really did that? Yes, sir. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that story, buddy. Okay, time now for our trucking song of the week. And you know it better than anybody else that truck driving has always been a profession that commands grit, determination, and sacrifice. Well, back in the day when trucking songs were popular, songs like Red Sovine's Woman Behind the Man Behind the Wheel, it painted a vivid picture of the life of a trucker's wife, a woman, holding it all together at home while her husband chases the horizons. Well, times have changed. Today, that story has evolved. More and more women are in the driver's seat, commanding those big rigs with the same grit and determination, and now it's their husbands or partners holding down the fort, waiting for their loved ones to return. So as we fire up this classic country trucking song, let's honor both the men and women behind the wheel and the men and women who support them at home, proving that love and sacrifice know no gender. Here is Red Sovine's timeless tribute to the trucking life. It's Woman Behind the Man Behind the Wheel on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.
I'll regret till my dying day ever getting my first set of wheels. I've had to drive them both night and day, trying to make enough to pay my bills. Lately I'm seeing two of everything, and I ache from my head to my toes. I took so many pills that you when I die, they won't ever get my eyes to close. 10 days out and 2 days in, I kiss my baby and I'm gone again. My old dog bites me every time I come home. I've been on the road too doggone long. A truck driving man just can't win. 10 days out and 2 days in. I gotta keep this big rig rolling to support my wife and 8 kids. I don't know how everything happened, but buddy, I know that it did. 'Cause I don't see very much of my baby since I put the ring on her hand. I came home today, I heard my little boy say, well, mama, who is that man? 10 days out and 2 days in, I kiss my baby and I'm gone again. My old dog bites me every time I come home. I've been on the road too doggone long. A truck driving man just can't win. 10 days out and 2 days in. Out and 2 days in, I kiss my baby and I'm gone again. My old dog bites me every time I come home. I've been on the road too doggone long. A truck driving man just can't win. 10 days out and 2 days in.
Hope you enjoyed that. That is Red Sovine's Woman Behind the Man Behind the Wheel on the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. Well, on that note, what do you say we tip that big 10-gallon Stevens cap in appreciation to many men and women behind the wheel for Stevens who are the recipients of our Drivers of the Month Award. Let's tip the cap to Larry Wheeler, Company Driver of the Month. Elijah Wallace, Company Driver of the Month runner-up. Gerald Gross, Independent Contractor Driver of the Month. Kendrick Booker, Independent Contractor Driver of the Month runner-up. Carl Reichard, New Driver of the Month. Jeremiah Levy Jr., our New Driver of the Month runner-up. J.O. Lasso and David Vandermark, they are our Team Drivers of the Month. Owen Smith, Owner-Operator of the Month. Leanne Reyes Collins, our Trainer of the Month. Andre Simpson, Trainer of the Month runner-up. Joseph Ramirez, our Dedicated Driver of the Month. And Dustin Effenbeck, our Dedicated Driver of the Month runner-up. Congratulations to all of you for winning the Stevens Transport Drivers of the Month for October 2024. Okay, that's going to do it for episode 122 of the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast. Please remember to follow, subscribe, like, download, and share this podcast from whichever podcast platform you're enjoying it from, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Audible, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. We are everywhere, and we would certainly appreciate it if you were to share this with someone else inside the industry so they too can learn about how awesome it is to work at Stevens Transport. My name is Tim Cicerelli, otherwise known as Trucker Tim, and until next time, please be safe out there, and thank you so much for listening to the Stevens Transport Roadside Radio Podcast.